Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. We're going to take a look at the short-term bullish and short-term bearish count in this video. So we start our journey on the 10th of March. The rally to the upside here to the peak on the 19th or 20th of March can be counted as a wave one. And that's what I'm doing. The move down that followed is, in my opinion, a wave W, X, and then we get the Y. So we have a WXY correction in one scenario. This is the short-term bullish scenario. We entered our support area that had been on the chart for weeks, turned around in this area, rallied quite a bit. And the assumption in this scenario would be that the overall correction, the wave two, which should result in a third wave, was over here on the 24th of May. In this scenario, price is basically not allowed to drop any more below the $18.75 level, which is the 24th of May low. Under no circumstances price is allowed to drop below that level. If it does, this short-term bullish scenario is invalidated. It is already getting challenged. We are looking in this scenario as a wave one to the upside of the larger degree third wave. That third wave after this wave two should take us to $40 and beyond. But the idea is this was a wave one then of that larger third wave. And then here an A wave down to the 38.2 retracement of this move to the upside. A high B wave and a C wave to the downside, which is impulsive. Now, in this scenario, we already hit the 78.6 fib level yesterday when we had a period of great volatility, impulsively to the downside. Yesterday, we talked about this trend line and said, if we break below this trend line, it's very likely to re-enter the yellow area, but it was a very rapid sell-off. And let me go to the 1 hour chart. The idea is now, in the short-term bullish scenario, that it is possible to save the short-term bullish scenario by turning around above 1932. So you would not really want price to break and sustain below the 78.6 retracement. This would make further upside unlikely. At the moment, I think it's still possible. What I will not rule out is that we briefly drop below it and then recover. This would be possible in this scenario of a C wave, which is impulsive. And if we add some subwaves, it would be possible that we're now in a fourth wave. So basically we do this: wave one, wave two. This was a third wave. This here is a fourth wave, and we come down once more in a fifth wave. Ideally, the fifth wave should end below the third wave, but ideally it does not really sustain below the 1932 level. What we eventually want is a break below it and then a very quick recovery. And if price then can rally above, well, the very first, to be honest, because of that strong move down, it would need to rally quite a bit. Ideally, an impulsive rally above 2170 would be, in my opinion, a good sign that the third wave has started, or actually the wave one high, so above 2140. If we get something like that, it would be an indication that we have formed a low. Okay, so this is still possible. I would be quite confident at this stage that there's a good chance to at least break below 1932, because even in this scenario, we want the wave 5 to go below the third wave low. And in this scenario, it is quite likely that the current move is a fourth wave. It would be in line with what Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing. And resistance for the fourth wave is actually the 50% fib retracement. So we don't want price to break and sustain above $20.48 in this particular scenario to fulfill the fifth wave before going up. I mean, I have no problem with it going up directly, right? But likelihood is that as long as we stay below 2048, we head further to the downside. But what we need to pay close attention to is after the next low, do we get an impulsive recovery? And that takes us to the short-term bearish scenario, in which we're counting the move down not as a WXY structure, but instead as an A, B, C. And in this structure, we had a wave one, a wave two, a wave three, a wave four, and a wave five in an ending diagonal. That's why we have the C with a question mark here. and would just have rallied in a three-wave structure. A very strong wave 4 then, but in an ending diagonal possible, and we would make another low, but ideally would hold 1778. Okay, if we don't hold 1778, it would not be a disaster. There is further bullish support available at $15, and we would have a chance to turn around then. Yeah, so these are two scenarios. They are both bullish, but one is short-term bullish, one is short-term bearish, but both are at the moment embedded in a larger bullish scenario. I see no trouble for Solana as long as it's holding 1778. Below that level, new bear market lows will become more likely, but I would still focus on the higher level or higher degree bullish scenario, which would actually in an extreme case allow for a drop to $12 without making new bear market lows the primary expectation. Okay, so the problem is that with this high B wave scenario, the move of the low is a three-wave move, which makes this blue count here again quite likely. And this sharp drop yesterday, again, we can understand, there was a bit of a news event influence, a catalyst. Therefore, we had quite a strong sell-off, but still, you don't really want price to break and sustain below a 78.6 fib level. And that's why I called out the levels of 1932 and 1778. But at the moment, and it's similar to Bitcoin, Ethereum seems like price is sort of consolidating just below resistance, which suggests that the downtrend isn't over yet. So at least even in the short-term bullish case, one more low is at present expected. But eventually in this short-term bullish case, the yellow box marks the area in which price should ideally turn around. Yeah, so it's interesting. It's going to be an interesting day, I think. I think it won't hover very long in this area here. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, we'll see. Not too long, because it's a lower time frame, lower degree count. Yeah, will be interesting. So yeah, hopefully you liked the update about Solana. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership and also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. There's additional content there every single day, and you can find the links in the video description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.